We're learning more about why the city of Reading pulled funding from a transitional housing program called No Boundaries. The city manager says it was due to paperwork anomalies. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield is live there in Reading. So, Blake, what were some of those issues?
Haley, City Manager Barry Tippin says folks not being tracked on which encampments they came from, along with not knowing what rooms they're staying in here at the Sundial Lodge, left the city no choice but to terminate its contract with No Boundaries. No Boundaries is a nonprofit organization founded by its executive director, Christine Cage, in 2017. Tippin says the state paid grant money to No Boundaries to house the homeless living in two separate camps, the Breslauer and Masonic homeless encampments. Tippin says the city paid out nearly $2 million in grant money to No Boundaries since last year. Tippin says at the time, No Boundaries was the only program able to take people in for emergency shelter purposes. But back in June, Tippin says the city started noticing discrepancies with its contract. After requesting paperwork from Cage multiple times over the ensuing months, the city says it was unable to attain the info needed to keep that grant money coming in. That's when the city terminated its contract with No Boundaries, forcing residents it housed to move out.
This is taxpayer money, and it's very critical that they expend it in the proper way. And when grantors like us have a responsibility to follow through and make sure the grantees are doing what they're supposed to.
I was staying at the Sundial and abruptly was told that I had to leave because I didn't come from the specific homeless encampments they said they were receiving their funding from. And yeah, I had to leave the same day and was basically on the streets, off and on in the mission until being able to come here.
And I think that people need to be scanned a little more before they can take on a position like this. A lot of lives are at stake, and they just got tossed to the cold like garbage, like they were nothing.
Residents who were staying at the Sundial Lodge were transferred to the Roadway Inn on North Market Street last week. Multiple residents at the Roadway Inn tell me they paid their own way to stay at the Sundial Lodge because they were not from either encampment the grant money would cover. It's unclear what Executive Director Cage did with the extra money she received from residents. One resident says if two beds were occupied in the same room, Cage would request $1,500 a month from both residents. Tippin says Cage would cite reasons such as her computer not working and not having enough time to upload certain mandatory data about her residents as to why she couldn't provide the necessary paperwork to the city. Reading police are currently investigating this case, but didn't have an update when I asked them for one earlier today. I did reach out to Cage for comment on my story, but at this time, I'm still working for a response and have not heard back. Reporting live in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Blake. The Shasta Community Health Center, along with the Good News Rescue Mission, helped relocate those No Boundaries guests. Folks are not staying at the mission itself, instead being relocated to the Roadway Inn for the time being.